Pokemon fans around the world were left stunned when a trailer for Palworld, a new game featuring creatures heavily, and I mean heavily, inspired by Pokemon was released. But amidst the excitement, an argument also ensued. Many claim that Palworld has clearly infringed Pokemon. There are clearly many similarities. But some say that it is a totally original concept, which it clearly isn't. So a pressing question emerges. Can Pokemon actually sue Palworld? Palworld, developed by Pocket Pair, features creatures called Pals that bear a striking resemblance to Pokemon. Many people, including the creator of Palworld, say it's just Pokemon but with guns. And there are some Pals who barely differentiate from some Pokemon. From colorful creatures with elemental powers to cute companions that assist players, the similarities are hard to ignore. The question of whether Pokemon can sue Palworld is quite a complex topic. While Pokemon, as intellectual property owned by Nintendo and the Pokemon Company, are protected by copyright and trademark laws, the extent to which these laws apply to Palworld's pals is not entirely clear. Pokemon is protected by copyright, which grants exclusive rights to their creators to reproduce, distribute, and display their works, in which case I am pricked. Additionally, Pokemon are also protected by trademarks, which prevent others from using similar designs or names that may cause confusion among consumers. However, Palworld's pals feature distinct differences from Pokemon, including unique designs, abilities, and lore. This raises the question about whether they are different enough to avoid infringing on Pokemon's intellectual property rights. To determine whether Palworld's pals infringe on Pokemon's intellectual property, courts would consider factors such as the overall look and feel of the creatures, the likelihood of consumer confusion, and the intent of the developers. Pocket Pair, the developers of Palworld, have stated that while they drew inspiration from various sources, including Pokemon, their game is a unique experience with its own mechanics and world. But it was very stupid to admit that you got inspired by Pokemon when you were experiencing a lot of backlash for alleged plagiarism. As of now, all that the Pokemon Company has stated is it intends to investigate and take appropriate measures to address any acts that infringe on intellectual property rights related to the Pokemon Company. If Pokemon were to pursue legal action against Palworld, it could lead to a lengthy and costly legal battle. However, the outcome would ultimately depend on the strength of Pokemon's intellectual property rights and whether Palworld's pals are deemed to be infringing on those rights. Opinions among Pokemon fans and gamers are divided. Some believe that Palworld's pals are too similar to Pokemon and constitute intellectual property infringement, while others argue that Pocket Pair has the right to create a game inspired by various sources. So, can Pokemon actually sue Palworld? The answer remains elusive, with legal and ethical considerations at play. As the controversy continues to unfold, one thing is clear. The relationship between inspiration and imitation in the world of gaming is more complex than ever. Now, if you were to ask me who I support, Pokemon or Palworld, I'm gonna have to go with Pokemon all day. For a very long time, many years, I've been watching and playing Pokemon and collecting Pokemon cards, so I have to go with the OG. I have to go with my childhood, you know? And honestly, legally, I would also have to support Pokemon. Even if I wasn't a big fan, I have to admit, there are clearly very many close similarities, and one thing I personally want to mention is that Palworld is basically Legends Arceus but with different Pokemon. Now I agree that it is quite the shame that this is happening. There's nothing we could do about it, and I guess we just have to live our life and acknowledge that Pokemon is being copied. And with that concludes our video for today. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more exciting Pokemon content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Until next time, trainers, stay awesome and let's catch them all together.